And live. So I've got the unique honor of having Utah Crypto on screen. Thank you, brother.
I'm glad to be here, man. I don't know if I'd call it an honor. You might want to wait. You might want to wait till after we're done. But yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. I've been seeing you streaming regularly now on X, and I was like, man, I want to jump on there and support him. And I really like that stream you and Graphics did the other day.
Appreciate it.
And I've been liking the charts. And that one that you guys did was like, I never even heard of these kind of charts before that the graphics was pulling up. I was like, what is this, man? Where does this come from? So it's pretty cool.
No, it's usually like after I kind of, what I like to think about is after a while in crypto, you kind of develop kind of a sense for things and you're like, okay, this is just what it feels like right now. And then looking at all the charts, I had stumbled upon Glassnode. I don't know, I think like a couple weeks ago or something. And I, th- some websites, I don't know, you never know which any of the ones like, oh, you have to pay even to see something. But somehow I stumbled into one of the dashboards they had, and I just thought, oh, this is like putting data to what kind of like things feel like. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of Glassnode until I saw you guys with it on stream, honestly. And I'm not a big chart guy, you
Fair.
know. I watch other guys,
Sure.
in their charts. I think graphics has a pretty good handle on it as far as the macro goes. He goes and looks at stuff I've never really heard of before.
I agree.
It's very interesting, but I go more just by sentiment. And I mean, it's
That,
pretty rough out there, right? It's pretty rough
yeah.
out there if you're an altcoin holder, no matter where you are.
Isn't that the truth? Um, I saw this. I don't know who tweeted it out, but you're talking about sentiment. I'm very much the same way, and I'm just trying to expand out. And one of the things if I can find the tweet, I'll find it. But I screenshotted the picture. It was, you are not addicted to X. You are monitoring the situation.
Yeah, yeah. It's and it gets rough, man. It gets rough. I mean, I don't when people say touch grass, that's serious, man. Like
Oh,
you,
dude,
it has
seriously.
for me, it has to be done. I absolutely have to do it. If it's as simple as walking my dogs, if it's simple as riding my mountain bike, whatever it may
Absolutely.
be. I mean, it's absolutely necessary for mental health. My God, you know, I had no idea that it would be this long.
I This is the first cycle I'm at like really in. Last cycle it was I had no idea, and I was just I think I threw $100 and I was like, oh, let me jump in, and I had no idea, and and then all of a sudden I watched the top and I went, what the heck? I got let me I gotta do better. And then this cycle in, and yeah, you're definitely right. For just sanity, seeing the sunshine, for me, I like to fish. So getting out to go fish where there's no cell phone reception and just take time away. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, man, it's so necessary. Because I tell you what, man, the cryptoverse, it's a whole nother world. Just the social aspect of it, Telegram and X, and all that, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been
Dude,
a moderator in the Titan X chat since it launched, and
yeah,
when you're dealing with bottoms and stuff like that, man, it brings out the worst in people. I mean, you got people from all over the world. You don't know what kind of mental state they're in, if they're drinking,
no,
if they're drugging, if they're just angry because they're over leveraged.
100%.
and it's like I've been beat up and stabbed in these online alleys, you know what I mean? Come out of nowhere, get get jumped and everything else. It's like,
Oh my,
what the hell just happened? Like
I believe it, man.
it's not like real world. Like you don't say things like this in the real world. You don't talk to people like this in the real world.
Oh, no way. I would never go. I would never go to the founder or even to the CEO of the company I work for and say, "Hey, you better start pumping this stock price or else I'm coming after you." Or like or anything of that. I would never I would
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
would
not
never do that. Like
yeah.
never in a million years. And so you see yeah, I'm right there with um yeah, at times yeah, have to step away and then people just say things and you just wonder exactly to your point, what's going on in your personal world that you're here behind a screen typing in Telegram, save my bags or I'm coming after you or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and the wild part is like the people that refuse to leave yet they FUD daily, like
Oh yeah.
that part I don't understand. It's like, are they just waiting to break even? Like what are you still doing here? You know, I don't understand what the thought process is there. Like
Yeah.
why must we FUD our own bags in any
Oh yeah.
coin, in any ecosystem, in any project? Like why would we do that? That makes zero sense to me.
100%. 100%. It welcome to the rodeo. Um First thing I want, we got 17 people, so I'll at least jump into it. First thing, and we've all been seeing it slowly and surely, but one of the Fed governors is calling, please, can we get on with this bull market to cut rates as early as July next month? Hopefully, hopefully they do something. I know I was looking at this article. And something I found interesting is so this Fed governor, he was nominated during Trump's first term in office. So we'll see. They didn't cut rates last week. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they're going to cut next month?
Um, well, who knows, man? It
Ain't
seems
that the
like
truth?
it seems like it's kind of gotten personal in a way.
Yeah.
Well, Trump's definitely made it personal.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was personal on Jay Powell's end, but it probably is now.
Ain't that the
Um,
truth?
is kind of my perception of the situation. If I'm Jay Powell and Trump's coming after me like this, you know, it's going to be hard to stay centered and make the right business decision
Yeah.
and not get emotional. But we don't know if he's digging his heels in or what. But um, Somi, I was watching a Somi stream the other day, and he lost me on the whole Pete Eye thing there for a while, so I quit watching. But I started tuning
There.
back in because he makes me laugh, dude. He's so
Oh,
funny. He's so talented. He makes me laugh. So I was watching Somi.
absolutely.
We need a little humor in this, right? So
Oh
anyway,
God,
I was
yes.
watching him, and he was talking about like you hear the rumblings first when you start hearing, you know, top level guys talk about rate cuts and people that are involved in the Fed start mumbling about rate cuts. That's the first step. You start hearing them talk about it first, and then the
100%.
market kind of starts pricing stuff in and things like that. So I think he was onto something there. So, and that was before I started seeing these articles in reading some other stuff. That was just a few days ago, and now I'm seeing this stuff. So I'm
Who
hopeful.
knows?
I'm not delusional, but it kind of seems like it's playing out the way that he said. So I mean, it would be really really nice if we did. And I mean, the whole tariff thing was just 6-month delay, right?
Yeah.
And we're in June now. Easy 6-month delay just because of all that tariff news.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
Trump
Yep.
got inaugurated. We were pumping. I mean, Bitcoin was breaking all-time high
Oh
literally while
yeah.
while Trump was winning the election. I was
Yep.
on stream with Mo and Jake, and it was exciting. And I was, oh my God, to
Oh
see
yeah,
all
here it
the
is. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, this is the weekly, but yeah.
I
Just
was
like you're saying.
I was watching the map of the states turn red with presidential votes for Trump,
Yep.
and then I was watching Bitcoin go absolutely berserk at the exact same time, and I said, this is massive. This is massive. We're gonna have the bull run of all bull runs, and my altcoins are gonna absolutely moon, and this is perfect, right? I shit you not, and you can't make this up. And now here we are, towards the
Yep.
end of June. Altcoins are completely destroyed. Bitcoin's holding strong, chopping sideways. Ethereum performed so badly. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And now it's waking up. But man, I did not see myself being here June 20th. I can say that.
Yeah, yeah, here's interesting. I did not go to Rap PDI or Rap Pulse. Here's ETH. Yeah, I honestly thought that there'd be. I'm with you. I thought, yes, all these highs that Bitcoin and ETH would do back in, yeah, from the election to like through to December. I was like, cool. Yes, there'll be cool off. Okay, that's expected. But I wasn't expecting instead of, I always think of Leroy Jenkins, like if for it to go just like, all right, let's do this and go, let's just go straight down all the way to like 1400, I think was the low all the way back. Was that April? Yeah, beginning April, March. That, yeah, that pump was insane. And then it kind of made sense then. I thought about, because I've been for the past like week and a half since I've been doing the stream, I was thinking like, all right. And then as I reflect, I'm like, okay. And I think about Titan X, and I just think about the whole ecosystem. And then when the V2 buy and burn was turned on, and really have to give Jake credit because maybe he saw this, maybe he didn't. I have no idea. I'm just now getting a better handle of charts, but it makes sense with the 6 months that we have gone through. It kind of makes sense why Jake was like, all right, V2's on, and then everything when the ecosystem did what it did.
Yeah, and we were riding that Titan X wave also.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean? We were riding the Titan X wave, and then we had Trump, and then we had Bitcoin. I mean, I was
everything.
I had never been more bullish. That was like the most bullish day of my life. And then here we are in June.
Yeah.
But welcome to crypto, right? It's easy to see. I never fully understood it because this is my first full cycle, full one.
Okay.
I was buying tops in 21, and I didn't know
Me
what was going
too.
on. I didn't know what was going on. My buddies were just, how it gets. They were euphoric, and they're like, "You need to get in here. You need to get in here." And
Yep.
I'm old school, bro. I'm 52-year-old blue collar worker. I'm touching no fake internet money, you know. And
Same.
they pressured me so much, and then I finally got in, and I got some Cardano, and I got some other stuff, and man, that shit went absolutely crazy. And then I just round tripped it because I didn't know. I'm a stock market guy. You know what I mean? I
Yep.
I put money into a 401k for 30 years. I have no
Yep.
idea. In stock market, everything always recovers, and if you're in for the long term, you're fine. Period.
Yep.
That's it. It doesn't do this shit. You know what I mean? So I
No.
had no clue. So it went down, and I said to myself, because I remember looking at my phone and making thousands of dollars a day, and I didn't have that much in. You know what I mean? I had a
That's the
few
dream.
I had a few I had a few thousand in, and I'm making 1,000 a day, and I'm like, what is this?
Yep.
And and then I round tripped it. And then when it went down, I said, okay, I've seen what this stuff is capable of.
Yeah.
I just need to learn it,
Yeah.
because I'm going to be here next time when that happens, and I'm going to learn how to take profits, and I'm going to learn how to make this work, and I'm going to get some money and do some things. And of course, I like, anything that kind of goes against the system.
Oh yeah.
So, because
Let's go.
it's designed for us to fail. I mean, look at the purchasing power of the dollar. When you start looking at that chart, you realize you've been getting screwed for generations, and it's very sad. So anyway,
Maybe.
I joined the mastermind, and to learn about this stuff and learn from Jake, because I've
Absolutely.
heard Jake on stream. Now fast forward, now I think I'm on my, I don't know, fifth protocol now, but I didn't design it that way. But I didn't design any of that, but it's happened. And kind of just go with it. If the foot's on the gas, I just kind of go with it, and I've learned so much. It's been a hell of a ride.
Because you're also part of, obviously, from your app, from the picture is, okay, the Inferno meme, the bull. The only reason I ever went into it is because the videos of the bull are legendary in my mind. They're sign sealed and they're forever going to be there, because like you talked to your point about Sami, like bringing some laughter to crypto just so we can sit back and laugh our butts off. That's how I felt about Inferno and the bull, is just that what's this bull doing standing on two legs dressed like James Bond? This is it's stupid and hilarious, and clearly y'all have run with it.
Yeah, so that was Bad Sports and Steve DeFi.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it
I thought you were
with
part of that crew.
oh, I am, but I don't want to take credit for the bull in the memes, because that was those guys.
Okay.
We were just screwing around in the Blaze chat, and the song "Bullish on Blaze," you know, came out. That guy won the contest with that amazing song and that video.
Legendary.
Yeah, they won a contest. They made that. I couldn't believe they had T-shirts. I didn't even have a Blaze T-shirt. I was like,
I
"What
didn't.
are you guys doing? This is amazing." Anyway,
Incredible.
so they started coming up with memes, bullish on Blaze, and next thing you know, this bull shows up, and they start creating all these images, and next thing you know, we're launching a meme token. Inferno Bull was born, and now in my defense, I refuse to let it die. I love the bull. I love everything all about it. I think it's so
100%.
memeable, and I think it's gonna fly in an alt season. And
Absolutely.
it's got history. It's legendary in the Titan X space, and it's solid. And I don't know if people know this, but there was only a founder allocation on Inferno, and it wasn't a founder allocation. It was a liquidity allocation of 2%
Okay.
of the Titan X that came in during minting, which only lasted 8 weeks.
I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, so we've held on to that liquidity, and that's how Inferno X was born. I was able to form liquidity pools with Inferno X,
Okay.
and we still have Inferno and Inferno on Ethereum, and Ali Kane starting some pairs on Pulse Chain. And so we've had that liquidity. We never took a founder allocation, and
Okay.
because minting is over,
Yep.
there's no founder allocation.
Oh yeah.
I'm pushing this thing because I love it, and the positions I got, I bought. I had to mint and buy on market just like everybody else. And so I've been buying these bottoms to build my position up and just run with it. So there's not a ton of benefit except for the actual token price, which everybody else can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody can get that. Um, but yeah, I just love it, man. I refuse to let it die. I guess I'm too loyal.
No, I agree with you. I think the meme is it's hilarious. And then yeah, the marketing behind it, all the videos, and then with especially now with Veo 3, like Google's video, seeing what Crypto Awesome has done with AwesomeX, I'm sure you could take some clip or something and have fun with the videos. But yeah, to me, it's like, I think, was it Inferno or was it Blaze that was the first meme within the ecosystem? I don't remember. 360 days, Blaze. Well, I don't know if Blaze was a meme.
Yeah, it's not a meme.
Not a meme. So I think,
No.
so was Inferno the first meme? I think so.
Um,
If you,
well, there was another one, but like it was kind of a bootleg thing.
okay,
It was never listed, didn't have audits, things like that. Um, so a lot of the people didn't want to talk about it,
okay.
because and that's Jake X, but it's been around for a while.
That's it. Jake X. Oh,
Yeah. And so that was first, I think. That was
that's right. Nope, you're
before.
right. It's been around for over a year.
Yeah.
Yes. How could I forget? That guy's going to, I hope, please don't crucify me. I have, if there's one thing I get notification on from X, Twitter, is all the Jake X memes that get produced. That's why I couldn't see it on here. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, because it didn't meet the ethos basically, right? It wasn't
Okay.
audited and things like that. And that's no shade on anybody.
Nope.
That's just trying to keep the community safe.
Yeah.
Um, we've seen what's happened, especially in other ecosystems. My God,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
rugs happening every other day. It is so bad.
Oh, ain't that
So,
the truth?
and I don't think we talk about safety and security enough in Titan-X as far as our protocols go. We pay a lot of money to have these things audited. Yeah, still things can happen, but as far as straight up rugs go, um, nah, we're not doing that over here, and we're doing our best
Zilch.
to not do that, and
Yeah.
allow protocols. I mean, if you're walking in this ecosystem with the intentions of rugging, you're going to have to answer a few questions because our community's strong and we're looking out for each other, and that's what we need to be doing. It is a wild, wild west out there.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. We'll come back. We'll come back to more market stuff, but actually, honestly, that's a good segue. I wanted to, so and I put this tweet out, and because I was thinking about the handful of things of what are easy ways. So, like for retail, for anyone, like if I'm going to send, not my entire life, past 5 years, I'm 37. Oh, yeah. And past 5 years, it's been corporate. Before that, teacher, worked in oil refineries, a whole host of things. And I've learned about, creating a PowerPoint presentation or deck and, promoting it to people. And one of the things I just thought, to your point about what the ecosystem is about, is this deck. If I'm going to a group of investors who are who want to invest in Titan-X, anything within the ecosystem, what's kind of like I was thinking about like what's an easy way to get people to understand. And so I came up with this. And it's just like Titan-X, what is it? Hyperdeflationary L1 and L1, it's fair launch, everything that falls within the ethos, to your point. No VCs, no pre-sales, no founder allocation, community owned and built, triple audited, secure code. And then DeFi Degen put out a tweet recently. It was Jake talking about Titan-X and what's big on it, and that he talked about at one point like a proof of burn function that all the protocols, and then what's available. You can compound your position through mining or staking. You got yield farming. Fun note, at the beginning of this year, I was mining Tink, and all with, I think it was Titan-X and DragonX, or it could have been a different position. But I had earned so much Tink because every year my wife and I, for the past 4 years, we buy half a cow that's grass fed, grass finished. And so I had put in, I I couldn't remember how long I was farming, but all the tink that I earned from farming was able to pay for that half cow. Lending through ORX, at least I think I understand it as lending. Ouroboros, I understand that stablecoin. I think it's lending through Ouroboros. And then you got an analytics, real-time analytics through Tinex Utils. Then you got that price per billion from Rod Warren, little architecture of what the ecosystem looks like, and then kind of where do I get started. So yeah, just something for retail. I know when I've tried explaining Tinex to friends or family, well, family that I should say caveat, family that are already in crypto and they're kind of just trying to understand more of what's out there. So yeah, man, that's this little PowerPoint presentation I put together just to help. If it's hard to synthesize everything going on, at least something, there's enough websites out there, but at least something that can be easily consumed and passed around if need be.
Yeah, I think it's great, man, because we can't see the forest for the tree sometimes. I'm so deeply embedded in this ecosystem that
Oh yeah.
it's all second nature to me. I forget, about the new people coming in, how they would have to learn this and all that, because it can be overwhelming if you're not familiar with what we got going on over here. And that video from DeFi DGen that he posted, man, Tinex has only been going 600 something days,
Isn't
right?
that wild?
It seems like it's been a decade,
Yeah.
and that might have been pre-launch. It was either
Okay.
pre-launch or right after launch. I'd have to look up the date. But
Okay.
if you watch that and then you look at where we're at now, we've built out an entire ecosystem just the way he described.
Ain't that the truth? Let me see if I can find that while you're talking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
look it
need
up.
those little reminders sometime. Like I say, I can't see the forest through the trees. It's like, hello, we've built out an entire ecosystem out here. And now we're going to base. And it's like, this is pretty amazing for 600 days.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You could tell you're definitely right that it's early on because Jake looked like he hasn't launched anything yet. And Smooth and Crypto looks like he hasn't launched anything yet either.
Yeah, they're all well groomed, physically
Yep.
fit, looking good. They haven't been put through the ringer yet.
They haven't had to, yeah, because yeah, Jake hasn't been on his, was it 100 tweets a day? Smooth and Crypto's like hasn't been through audits, hasn't had to like deal with people in the Telegram going after his project. Um, I'm going to play it real quick just since we're talking about it.
I'm not seeing it yet.
Is it not showing? All
Uh-uh.
right, let me try that again. There we go. I forgot to add it to the stage. My bad. You'd think I would know by now. All right, let me start it over. Thanks for saying something.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it. I'm seeing it, but I'm not hearing it.
Dang. All right. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'll just promote it then. It's just kind of Jake's belief about what is Titan X. And I'll just everyone can see it. Let me just reshare, repost. That way everyone can take a note. But yeah, to your point, I mean the fact that everything that's been built and launched I mean, goodness me. All of this 30, let's see, hang on. I don't even know. I don't know about all the NFTs, whole host of projects to come. Yeah, 40 plus projects launched on this. Insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And you know what? It was all built by community.
Yep.
Jake launched a few, Eric, and then it's just all community. All builders have decided, hey, let's build on this thing. And look at that. That's impressive for 600 days. And the fact that now we're omni-chain,
Yeah.
I mean, this is bullish. Yeah, the markets suck and everything's down, but man, this is bullish. I mean, people need to remind themselves what we started with and where we're at, and it's looking very, very good to me.
I agree. Oh, I agree so much. I part part of me wonders, it's the times I'll look at a chart, I'll go, all right, and I'll be like, all right, if I'm Jake, what am I like, what am I thinking, or what am I doing, or what's my, plan? And I'll look and I'll go, all right, is he going for what's he going for? Um, uh, in all of this, like, and it just looks like I wonder if he's trying to get not financial advice, do your own research, have your own convictions, do your own thing. None of this is true, all that hoopla. But I wonder if this is just going to be the chart's just going to look like one big old W.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know. My hypothesis.
yeah, well, I think for me, and I've been shouting this, it's all X28, right?
Okay.
So to
Tell me.
me, well, so you had distribution, which was
Hmm.
mining and everything else. That was your distribution, hyperinflation. Then you have the protocols launching, you have all the burning. Now you go into hyperdeflation, which people may laugh at, but we got 55% of all the Titan X's burned.
Yep.
Okay. That's significant because there was a lot of Titan X.
Yeah.
And now we've got all these other protocols that are using Titan X or burning Titan X or X28. And now you've got X28. Well, X28, when you transform tokens for X28, you burn 50% of the Titan X that was used to transform them.
Okay.
So to me, that's the kill shot. It's easy to see.
Hmm.
It's why would you want to drive demand for X28? Now, how he goes
Okay.
about doing that, I'm still puzzled because his tweets are very mysterious,
Yeah.
when he talks about it. But I know one thing, he's not dumb.
Oh no.
And when it comes to crypto, this because you've been in the mastermind too. When
Yeah.
it comes to crypto, you want to listen to people talk crypto. Listen to Steve DeFi and Jake talk crypto in the mastermind prior to Titan X launching. Those dudes know what they're talking about. And I was like, what did they just say? What's he doing?
There was a lot of Googling, I will admit, that went on.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Hey,
he
hang on.
knows
Hey.
crypto.
Just like sit there and pause and like, can you guys just hold that thought? I'm trying to
Yeah.
wrap my head around it.
Yeah. Now I understand a lot more, right? Because I've been involved a lot more, but at first I didn't. But Jake knows crypto and he's not dumb.
No.
And so, if you watch his last stream, which was in January, he talked about driving demand for X28
Okay.
because that's the kill shot, right? Because if you drive demand for X28 and the price of X28 is higher, see that negative 12%?
Yeah.
That was like negative 45 or something like that a month ago.
Was it really?
Yeah. So the ratio between
Okay.
X28, you can pull up the X28 chart if you want,
Yeah.
X28 versus Titan X.
I'll bring up that. Let's see, against Titan X.
Okay.
I don't even remember when this. Oh, okay. There's a lot of noise. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so the ratio dropped way down. Everybody said it was dead, it was broken, all this other stuff.
Oh wow, I see what you mean.
A lot of
Yeah.
people didn't want to build on it because it was so bad. And I did, Dude did, James did, Rich Landon did. We all built on it. And we use it because, well, we see the writing on the wall, right? And so
Yeah.
what's going to happen, in my humble opinion, not financial advice, the ratio of X28 is going to get higher than Titan X.
Mm,
And when that happens, people are going to transform their Titan X for X28 for instant profit.
absolutely.
Bye to the rest of the supply of Titan X.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
And then X28 is omni-chain, right? Yeah,
Yep.
it's only on one chain now. But
It's on
if you go to the chains and click on that chains, there's your future. Look at that.
That's insane. That's incredible.
So if you have use case on every single one of those chains for X28, and the only way to get it is to market buy it, which pumps the price, or transform Titan X for it, then the rest of the supply of Titan X will be gone.
It's out of here.
And
That's a very good point. I never thought about that. Keep going.
and so you're seeing X28 start to try to regain its peg. You had that chart pulled up.
Yeah.
It was down to like 0.55 of a Titan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And it's steadily climbing. So I was calling that the believer's discount when I was saying that I was buying it.
Okay.
Because like why the founder of Titan X isn't going to make an omni-chain version of a token, lose its peg and just stay down there and die. Why would he do that? He would never do that.
Oh, no.
So I've been buying it, and then, when the ratio goes up, I can swap or whatever I need to do because I got a discount. I got that believer's discount because I believed that it was coming, right? I believed it was coming. So
that's a good point. Believers discounts. That is a great way. That's a great way to phrase it. I like it.
Yeah, it was hard to do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, now you look at the chart and you're like, yep, it's going to peg. But when I was doing it, it wasn't there.
No, oh yeah, it's to your, like, it really comes down to what's your conviction, in a project, and do you have deep conviction about it? And if you do, that, as you said, believer's discount. I like that. Okay, I'm stealing it.
So yeah, so you can still get it for whatever that negative was, 13 or 14 on the website, on the X28 website.
Yeah, let me go transform. Yeah, 12.
Oh, it's 12. Okay, that's your discount.
There's your discount.
Now, when that turns positive, people can transform their Titan X to X28 for instant profit. Even if they sell it on the other side, that's okay short term because you're burning 50% of the Titan X that came in, and the other 50% is going to the X28 buy and burn.
Where's that at? Oh yeah, good. Yeah, like you put in. I'm just talking. Put in 10 billion Titan X, 5 billion burnt, 5 billion. I guess it's 5 billion burnt, and then that other 50% goes to the buy and burn. Ooh, and gone. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and so with Inferno X, we just forked the code. We did the same exact thing, except for the fact we kept admin keys for the buy and burn, which Jake didn't do with this, which is odd because he's a fan of keeping admin keys for buy and burns. But he didn't do it with X28. Now, why wouldn't he do that? Because he had so much faith, once again, in my opinion, according to Utah Crypto, he had so much faith, he knew it wasn't going to be necessary. He knew there was going to be enough demand for X28 that it didn't need it. Now, I could be way off base. I could be drinking the Titan X Kool-Aid. I could be completely wrong here. But I like to think also, like, what's his plan? What's he doing here? What is the purpose of this? And so I put a lot of thought into these things, and I never know what he's thinking, and he's always 15 steps ahead of me. But I eventually catch on. I eventually start catching on. I'm like, okay, I see what the play is here, or I see what he might do here. So
Yep,
that's
that's a
just
good
my
point.
thoughts.
No, it's fair. I mean, it's also my thought, honestly, to confirm why he intentionally turned on the V2, the buy and burn, all the way back. Was it September, October, August when he turned it on and it did the 10x is you're looking at the price of ETH and you need to capitalize on it. Also, it also burned, I don't know how much it burned during this period of time, during the 1 to almost a full 3 months of to reduce the supply. Because I wondered if he was thinking about like, all right, if things pan out however they may, how do you burn the most amount of supply before going into 2025? And it seemed like it was a let's capitalize on this. And then partner to your point about, all right, Shogun launched, I don't know it was Shogun was on X28. I don't know how much. I would have to do some mental math, but how much was burned there?
Go
Uh,
to the Titan X website. There you go,
ah,
right there,
okay.
and look at the leaderboard. That's significant.
9.3 trillion was by Shogun, 14.2 trillion by X28. Yeah, Dragon X was talk about a kill shot, and Titan X burned. Okay, incredible.
Yeah, and so I'm sure you remember Hyper.
Oh yeah,
Hyper went straight down, and I know a lot of people that were early in their miners, for a loss, and it was basically just a nosedive. And I just held like I always do. Sometimes I don't know, man. I'm old school. I buy what I like and I just hold. Well,
I'm the same way. You're good, man.
Hyper led that last rally that we had. It was Hyper that started moving first. I don't know if you remember, but
I
it
don't.
started, but Hyper started running kind of out of nowhere.
Okay.
And so if you think Shogun's dead, I you might want to people might want to rethink that also, because I saw Hyper come out of nowhere. I saw Dragon X fall below a 1-to-1 peg for months.
That
Okay, and I thought it was dead. I didn't buy anymore. I thought it was dead. It was the first protocol on Titan X, I think, or Hype. I think it was Hyper then Dragon X.
I think Dragon X came out a month or two before. But
Oh,
yes,
was
I
it
remember
before?
because let's see, Dragon X was okay, this is January 17th it launched. And Hyper, oh, we can even never 50 days before Hyper. There you go. Dragon
Okay.
X was 520, Hyper 470. I I remember I did I put a little bit into my Titan X into Dragon X, and I was like, and then I just day one it just it went below the surface and just kept going down, and I was like, well, maybe it'll come good one day, and then I'm not paying attention to charts, I'm not paying attention to anything, and I just kind of look over towards last year and I go, wait a second. How did my Dragon X position go from here to hold up? And then to your point about Hyper, I was just looking at the chart now. That's a very fair point. That's a very good point to make about what front ran the the Titan X pump, because Hyper from April on up to like October, but then the Titan X pump happened right here. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and I was glad I didn't sell it, and I was glad I didn't early in my miners. I just let it ride.
Smart man.
And it was a good compound play. So Hyper's a good compound play on Titan X, because when it starts running, you can it outpaces Titan X, and you can easily swap back in and get more Titan X. So it's a good compounding play there. And then, like I said, Dragon X lost its peg for a long time, and I minted day one, I think,
Okay.
and so I had minted, and I didn't sell. I don't sell bottoms, but I didn't buy more, and anybody that did was handsomely rewarded.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah. Oh, wow. So technically, let's see if I can move this around. So to your point, the lowest it
Look at
went,
that.
0.07 was the lowest point. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
Any of us could have bought that and never worked another day in our lives, right?
oh.
Any of us could have, but you spread that time frame out. I mean, and it was grim, right?
Oh
It
yeah.
was grim. I mean, I minted 1-to-1 and still did great. Now imagine if I guess the point is, when people think things are dead, myself included, you think it's dead, you think it's over, you think it's not coming back. Um, might be worth the
Taking a look
a
at.
moonshot. If nothing else, if you buy a token and it's at a high price and that token bottoms way lower, and you buy the same dollar amount of that token at that bottom, look what you just did to your average entry price,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Right now you're well below where your initial was, and so you've mitigated some of that risk in a way, I guess I would say.
Definitely.
You have an opportunity for more upside potential, even if you don't put as much money in and you just buy a little bit more at the bottom.
Yep.
It can be very powerful if that token turns around.
Definitely. I've got a bit of a theory, and I've kind of put it out a few times, is at least within, I don't know if this can be applied to other ecosystems and projects and whatnot, but at least I've seen it enough, is hyperdeflationary tokens that we've seen tend to have similar performance. It's just a different time horizon. So like what we've seen so often within the ecosystem is this kind of launch, and then it's like it jumped off a diving board and just went straight to the bottom of the pool. Like Dragon X, I mean, it did that day one. It just fell like a wet of bricks. And then Titan X, minus the first, you just have to adjust maybe the scale. But yes, it had the initial pump, but then it went down and has been relatively sideways for a while. I'm just picking random projects. Look, you're part of the Inferno crew. Never mind. Inferno ruins my theory.
Inferno was a little bit different. It was an absolute hype launch. But also on these charts, one thing you need to consider is those first big red candles. Those are bots that
Yep,
jump in and they run that price up. So I always ignore, the first candle, second candle, something like that.
absolutely.
Inferno X has a really nasty red candle because a bot came in out of nowhere. It was absolutely wild. A bot came in out of nowhere and with like 5K, and there
Oh,
wasn't even that much in liquidity.
oh my.
So yeah. So he got trapped. So he couldn't sell out of it. This bot came in, ran the price up. If you look on the X28 chart, you'll see the spike also. And so he came
Okay.
in and he ran the price up, and then he couldn't sell because he came in with so much money, and I was adding the liquidity like 3 times, and
Uh,
I
first
had,
time?
it was my first time launching the pools myself. We always had other people on the Blaze team who were, Steve DeFi and people like that, doing those kinds of things. But
Yeah.
was just me, and then I had to go back and readjust the ratios and the pools. I had to have dude help me figure it all out, and he said, you know, such a good man, such a good guy. But yeah, it was wild. So yeah, those first candles on almost every single project are bots. So I usually ignore those.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
But it,
most protocols that launch on Titan X go straight down,
yep.
and, and it sucks. And I hate it. And apparently, I never learn. But I've started to learn. But
Haven't we both?
as we talk, as I don't know, sometimes I need to hear myself talk because now I need to go buy some Shogun. I do. I need to go buy some Shogun. Uh, because yeah, I mean it's horrid. That chart is horrid, and I went in pretty heavy on it, but I believe it will turn around. I don't sell bottoms, so
Oh heck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ignore. Yeah. Bottom to be found.
yeah. So we looked at, we just looked at Dragon X and said, what if?
Yep.
What if? And then now I'm looking at the Shogun chart, going, yeah, I think I need to average down my position right now.
And this is the Shogun X28 ratio.
Okay.
So ignore. Weren't we just looking at was it hyper or was X? Oh no, it's the X28 ratio. We were just taking a look at. Huh. We've seen this down trickle effect. So this kind of. All right. Let me make more palatable to look at. Yeah. Granted, didn't do sideways, but at least the downtrend on that Shogun. To your point.
Oh, no. Yeah, I need to buy some of that.
28. Look at that. Whoo!
I need to buy some of that. And you can buy it you can get X28, right? You'll get the X28 and then swap it.
So when you swap back, this is how much I have not paid attention to X28 and Shogun. When you swap back from Shogun into Titan X, does it burn 50%? So like if I swap back, I don't know, 1,000 X28 into Titan X, does 50% of that get burned?
Nope, it's one way.
Okay.
It's one way.
Wow.
So yeah.
Just leave
Sorry, I got you all distracted on all this other stuff.
No, it's all good. Hey, it's all good. It's all good conversation. And also it adds something different. Otherwise, I'm just standing up here talking to myself, and that can get boring after a while.
Yeah. So if I go back to, X28, because I'm bullish as hell on X28 and have been for a while. But look at everything that Dude and James and Rich Landon are pairing with over there on base,
So is that what this ratio is here at the bottom? This is while on base. This is like the 1:1 or whatever the ratio is below price. That's the ratio of it to X28.
So not on. Yes, that's okay. The ratio to X28.
I just picked a random one. Let's give shout. Let's do Inferno X.
So you can actually go to, I think on Titan X Hub you can switch that from Ethereum to base.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
I think. I thought I saw the ability. Oh, it's only on portfolio page, I think, maybe.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, yeah, so there's some. Oh, look at that.
This is so cool.
Oh, I love this. I love this damn.
We got a few. I know Eric is streaming in 3 minutes, so at least in case anyone's here. I didn't know that. I just looked at the time and I went, oh, the Supreme Chancellor is streaming.
We are not worthy.
we
Yeah, I'll definitely tune in and support him too.
yeah,
We got to support each other out here, especially during the dark times.
absolutely.
And it's been tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough. I mean, as a holder, you think it's tough? Man, when you're a builder, you can compound that because now you're getting, all the FUD from the community and everything else,
100%.
and they think we're over here making millions of dollars. It's like, have you looked at the charts? Do you think that I recouped my money that I paid to build that protocol? Because I didn't. Okay. So my bags are down, plus my protocols are down, and now I'm getting yelled at by all you guys because of it. So
Yep.
I mean, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just trying to put things in perspective here from these
Oh,
people
you
that
got
think we're
to.
getting rich and driving Lambos because we're not. I changed the brake pads in my car yesterday. Okay. It was 98 degrees. I don't want to hear shit from you guys.
Yeah, if my '89 Jeep Cherokee XJ is a Lambo, then
Exactly.
I'm missing out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, we're here right alongside everybody else, man. We're holding through the pain too.
So okay, I just now looked at some of the comments. So Weaponhead, all right, we were talking about Dragon X, and he goes, I bought a shitload of Dragon X at the bottom, but he didn't sell at the top. It's okay, man. It's okay. Hats off to you. Um, yeah, I think of like an ER nurse, like someone's come in, you're trying to revive them. It's like looking at charts. It's like clear and nothing. Just
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. It's been tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough. But I mean, where's the conviction, right? And do
Yeah,
you have conviction? Do you believe? I mean, if everything else was going absolutely wild and we were doing this, that might be one thing. But everything's altcoins got hammered.
oh
Okay,
yeah.
big money came in, and Bitcoin's been the one. And I do remember Jake saying something about the Ethereum ETFs could cause Ethereum to drop, and he was right.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
It
I don't
makes. I mean, it
remember. I
makes
don't remember
sense.
where I had that conversation with him, but I did ask him, and he says, "Well, let's pull up the Bitcoin chart." And then so he started looking at the Bitcoin chart after ETFs and saw what it did. He goes, "So that's probably a good take on how Ethereum's going to do." So he's smart, man. He knows. He's watching all this.
Oh,
He
for
is.
sure.
And when the time is right, I believe something big's going to happen. What that is, who knows, man.
Who
But
knows? We're here for the ride.
yeah,
Well, hey, I think Eric's about to start his. If you're good, Endon, we'll go tune in over there.
for sure, man. I always love to go hear Eric talk and support everybody. We got to support each other out here, man.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.